Hi, my name is Koku with blackfilm.com, and I'm here with Toya Johnson-Rushing, and she is one half of the dynamic mother and daughter duo with her daughter Reginae Carter. They have the WeTV series Toya and Reginae. Now in its second season, it airs exclusively on WeTV and the AllBLK app every Friday. And actually, season 2, the finale, is next week. Thank you so much for joining me, Toya.
Oh, thanks for having me on.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna come in piping hot. I was gonna save this for Reginae, but now that I got you on the line, we can talk. We can talk because you and I were closer in age. So Reginae was spending $20,000 a month on rent in L.A. as a mama. What did that sound like to your ears?
Crazy. I know LA is expensive, and she wanted to live in a certain area and stuff, but I just thought it was a bit outrageous, but it was a learning experience for her, and I feel like she's learned a lot from that experience.
For sure. But I guess it's also interesting because, we don't think about that because so much time has passed. I mean, Reginae's really grown up famous, so it's not like she can kind of live anywhere either. So I'm sure there's a balance there where you kind of maybe can see both sides of it a little bit. Like maybe you ain't got to be all of that, but she can't live like everybody else either.
Right. So she, I understand, no, she can't live anywhere, and she is grown. She makes her own decisions, and she also makes her own money. So
yeah,
I just want her to, just make wiser decisions as it comes to like spending that amount of money on something you don't own. That was my
for sure. No, for sure. I think that there's a lot of a lesson there in just how you were communicating that, and it definitely resonated on the show because, again, just, financial literacy is a really big thing. So even people that are thinking about that kind of thing on a smaller scale, you just made it like this, listen, it's the obvious. Like, why are you spending that much? Even if you can, why should you, So I thought that was a very important lesson there. I want to talk more about you, right? You are a very, very family-oriented person, and you'll take the good with the bad. You'll put a lot out there. You're very honest about some of the things that have gone on in your family. You've shared everything with us, from tragedy to the loss to victories, just everything. What makes you feel like you want to be so open to an audience that you really don't know how people are going to receive you? Because especially on the internet, people are going to say anything.
Well, I did make the decision to do reality TV, and if you know how reality TV goes, it's like you really don't know what may come up during the time you're shooting. And this is your real life, and this is your reality. So it's like, this is what I signed up for. Like, this is what I'm going through. This is my reality. So I'm not ashamed of it. I have always been very vulnerable and real about different things in my life, and not just being ashamed to share certain things. I feel like in life the problem, is people always want to pretend to be perfect, and perfect is just it just doesn't exist. And some of the things I go through, it is a bit much, but I'm sure it's people that can relate to it that goes through similar situations. And it's just, with me, for sharing, it's just in hopes to help the next person to get, help them to deal with their situations and to not give up and keep going. So it's always a message for me.
No, I received that. And one of the things that you brought up that you were very open about is getting a myomectomy. I have also dealt with fibroids myself. And the decision was asked, like, if you do the myomectomy, if you're open to having children, that's the best decision. But I never really wanted to have children, which probably sounds crazy to you because you come from a big family. But I was just like, I don't know if I want to raise no kids. I love them, but I don't know if I want to raise them. But I decided to get I decided to get the USC. Was that something that you had thought about getting as well, or the myomectomy was a straight ahead decision?
Well, during the time of filming, I was going to get the myomectomy. That's what I was scheduled to get, but I ended up getting the USC. I was contacted by the USC Fibroid Association and was put on to, introduced to the whole USC procedure, and I decided to go that route. So that's what I ended up doing.
And was that successful for you too? Because for me, it really did provide relief because the fibroids were really getting to a point where it was just hard to manage. I was having a lot of excessive bleeding, And then after the UFE, it really it took a while to kind of to regulate, but now everything is fine. How about you?
Yeah, same. I was dealing with a lot of discomfort, big fibroids, like the
Mhm.
whole nine. And after the whole UFE procedure, I did feel a whole lot better. It
Mhm.
changed a whole lot of things up. So I'm really excited about taking that UFE procedure. I have no complaints.
Mhm. Same here, same here. And I just want to talk more about you as a person. Again, speaking to you being so family oriented, you carry a lot of the weight of the family. Do you think that, I mean, of course, again, we don't want to center money and everything, right? Like you said, that we're all kind of dealing with a lot of the same problems on some level, maybe not, right? But with
Uh-huh.
you being looked at as almost really like the matriarch of the family, like you hold it together like a grandma would, just you're really the heart and soul of the family. Do you ever feel like it's too much? And do you ever feel like if you did not have the financial ability to kind of carry that level of weight, that maybe your life would be easier? Does it matter?
I honestly feel like for years that has been my thing, like really just trying to keep my family together, trying to please everybody, trying to help everybody. And you do go through a period of time when you see that things are not when you start to realize that no matter what, you can't change people, no matter
Yeah,
how
yeah.
much you might want to or try. And when you realize the effect that it has on you when you're trying and nothing is changing mentally,
Mm.
like it starts to mess
Mhm.
with you mentally and all of this, just unnecessary stress. Because I only could speak for myself, but as I get
Mhm.
older, I just kind of shift focus. Like I'm always gonna be very family oriented. I'm always gonna love my family, but I'm just learning how to deal with people differently and
Mhm.
just and setting healthy boundaries is a big is a big one for me now. Like I can't let nobody disrupt my peace. I have to focus fully on the family I'm creating because I spent a lot of time, just not being able to be at peace, enjoy, my kids and my family and my husband the way I need to because
Mm.
I'm always just so angry and so upset about things that's going on with the family I come from. So it's like
Mm.
this
Mhm.
40-year-old version of me just taking a different approach at it and just dealing with things totally different and putting things in perspective what really, really is important to me. And I'm a forever, I forever love my family and will be there for them, but I'm just learning to move a little different these days. And it's
Mhm.
hard, it's hard when you are a
Mhm.
family oriented person and you really genuinely want to see things a certain kind of way. It's like your dream to see it one way, but you can't spend the rest of your
Mm.
life like just trying to do something and it's just not changing. So you have to just move a little different and do what's best for you.
Mhm. Mhm. That's great. And you still maintain a very strong connection to your New Orleans roots. Not just your still strong New Orleans accent. You still got it. I don't think that's ever gonna leave you.
Mhm.
But
No.
you're very much so. You're very connected to your roots as well. And I saw that you spoke about the Sixth Ward Steppers Social Club. There's so many things. Like
Mhm.
I love New Orleans, as we all do. I mean, the food, the culture.
Mhm.
When you go to New Orleans, it feels almost like being in the Caribbean a little bit. Like in the sense that it's
Yeah.
just like nowhere else in the United States. What
Yeah.
is like a social club? Like, what does this all mean? For those of us who I live in New York, and I spent my childhood in Chicago. We don't have those. Well, we got steppers in Chicago, but nothing like what you see in New Orleans. What is that?
So it's really a part of New Orleans culture where it's called second line. So second line is
Mm-hmm.
the way that we come out in the streets and we party and we dance and now it has grown to a bigger level where each second line organization has a king and a queen and a court. So now it's
Mm-hmm.
like if whether you're from uptown, downtown, this ward, that ward, all of these different parts of New Orleans has developed their own social and pleasure club, and it's become a big thing in the city where each and every during second line season it's like every Sunday is dedicated to a specific organization and they parade in the city. It's like a mini version of Mardi Gras.
That's
but
so
with the
cool. That's
with
so
the
cool.
social and play. It's a part of New Orleans culture, and New Orleans culture is so beautiful. It's something that
Hmm.
it I just can't even put into words. It's a beautiful thing, and there's no place like it. It's just I love my culture. Like I love this whole second line culture, everything about New Orleans. Like
Mm.
it's just a beautiful
Mm.
place.
I've always wondered what went into you deciding to. Well, I understand why you relocated to Atlanta, but more so, what made you stay? What is it about Atlanta that feels like it can serve as home, even all through the years?
New Orleans will forever have a piece of my heart, like forever.
Mhm.
That's where I'm born and raised. But as you
Mhm.
grow and you start your own family and things kind of change and you want something different, you branch
Mhm.
out to different places. It's like although New Orleans is full of culture and the culture is amazing there, it's so much more I wanted for my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to
Mhm.
just
Mhm.
give them a different experience than I had growing up. And I wanted to be able to expose them to so much more. Even though New Orleans is rich in culture and it's, a lot of things that goes on there, it's still a small city, so I
I
wanted to
understand.
kind of
I
branch
understand.
out and, raise my kids somewhere else totally different and just kind of be on my own, like just start a life somewhere else. And that's what I did. And Atlanta became my second home. They
Mhm.
welcomed me with open hands. I love my Atlanta family. I
Oh.
love Atlanta.
No,
Yeah.
I love. I actually went to college out there, and very similarly, Chicago is a very beautiful city, and that's where I grew up, and I left about
Yeah.
17, 18. But I think that you and I, there's parallels there. It's very different when you are from a
Yeah.
place and of a place. That
Mhm.
experience is going to serve very, very differently when you remain there. Not to take anything away from the people, but it's just like it's very
Right.
different when your foundation is there. You have sometimes. Well, I'm not going to speak for everybody, but once you leave and create your own home, I think it's
Mhm.
very, very, it's very fulfilling. So I understand your motivations completely. But life ended. I
Yeah, it's
went to
just a
college in
part of
Atlanta, but
growth.
you said what now?
I say it's just a part of like growing and just wanting to expand and
Exactly.
just nothing's wrong with that.
Mm.
Leaving home sometimes.
I want to know what I have to ask you this because you guys, it's always some good food on the table. And when I'm looking at y'all, what is the best restaurant in Atlanta right now? Because I haven't been in a while.
Hands down, I absolutely am turning into like a brunch girl, and Atlanta has
I
like
love
a
them.
really lot. I mean, a lot of dope brunch spots. I would
Uh
say
huh.
one of my favorite brunch spots here in Atlanta is called Toast on Lennox. Then we have Rashida and Kirk Frost Bistro. Then we have
Okay.
Gaucher Breakfast Bar. We have so many African American women that have brunch spots that's killing it. My
I
top
love
is
that.
health. Yes.
Are you doing the bottomless mimosas?
Yes, when I'm drinking, I kind of
Right, right,
not
right,
drinking at the moment. But yes,
right.
summertime, spring, I will be having my bottomless mimosas and ready for a
Uh,
good old brunch day party and all of that. Yes.
yes. I know. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up, but I do want to say that I just commend you for being like a family oriented person in the way that you are, and you're truly a girl's girl, and you do want the best for people. Like it's very obvious. And to see that kind of for you to open up and be so honest about your life and show us these things, like all aspects of it. You really are showing people, just showing people that they don't have to be raggedy, basically. In short.
Yeah, yeah. I started
Yeah.
my new business that I'm working on is called Sis I Celebrate You, where I'm starting these brunches around different cities, just celebrating women
Hmm.
from all walks of life, and I'm really excited about that. So my tour is actually kicking off in May. It's gonna start
Oh,
in
nice.
Birmingham, Alabama, then Dallas, then I want to do just a bunch of different cities to bring it. So I'm doing New Orleans for Essence. So just I'm excited about that.
That sounds nice, and the fact that what's nice about it is the fact that it's not solely focused on like a New York, LA, and Atlanta. Like you're going to different cities. That's really nice.
No, I want to be able to show women in those markets that people don't really touch and go to. Like, show them some
Mhm.
love and be able to, celebrate the women that's doing big things in those smaller cities who don't get the recognition they should. You know what I'm saying? Just being able to do something
Yeah.
dope for those other markets and
Mhm.
stuff like that. So I'm really excited about it.
Well, we all certainly celebrate you. You've done, I mean, you're an author, you're
Thank
an
you.
incredible mother. Yes, and you and your daughter are twins. I don't know what's in the water at your house, but you need to bottle that up too. Give us some of that. And
They are their
also,
daddy twins too. They're their dad
yeah, that's
twins.
true.
It's so funny. My kids are really daddy's girls.
But you, and it's funny because it's interesting how Reginae is so fiercely protective of the family. Like, you can't, not a person can't even get a word out bad about you or her father. Like, she's not with it at all. But then you are also, she gets that from you and her dad. Like, she gets that
Yeah.
from y'all too. Like, it's like, again, the
Yeah.
family oriented thing. Like y'all don't play at all, and that's one of the best things to see. You know.
No.
Toya, I thank you so much for your time. I really do. It was great having this conversation with you. And then we'll plug in with Reginae as well. I've spoken with her before. She is such a character and so hilarious, and her timing is crazy. It's crazy. Like, I told,
she must be asleep or something, because she was just not like her. She just was ready.
right. It's all good. It's all good. One thing I told her, and I told it to her face, I said, Reginae, I said, one thing about you, I know. If your parents would have just been working at the mall or something like that, you'd have still been this, like you. You just have that comedic timing and that personality. Like, she'd have been famous anyway. Like she'd have that path was destined for that woman. So, but it just so happened that, she's got these really cool parents too. So these famous people.
Thank you.
No, it's wonderful. And I think that all of us, we just truly enjoy watching your success, because you're someone that truly is deserving of it.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
No problem at all. It was great talking to you too. Once again, my name is Koku with blackfilm.com, and I was here with Toya Johnson-Rushing. She is a mother, an author, a reality TV star, an entrepreneur, many, many things. I know I left like 15 things off the list. But we have Toya and Reginae. It's on WeTV. The series is in its second season. It airs exclusively on WeTV every Friday on All Black as well, streaming. The season 2 finale is also next week. Any last words before I go? Did I leave anything out?
No, I think you kind of got it all. Make sure you follow me.
I hope so.
It's Toya Johnson
Right.
on Instagram, and I'm also on Snapchat, YouTube, and TikTok.
There you go. Are you editing your own TikTok videos? I know Reginae probably know how to.
To be honest with you, I'm more on Facebook than TikTok editing. I just post stuff on TikTok, but Facebook is where
No, I got into TikTok too, but I like Facebook. I know it's a little old school. People think it's like, why are you over there? But Facebook, you can just start. You can write a whole paragraph of what's going on. So I still like it over there. All right, Toya. Well, you enjoy your day, okay. And when I catch up with Reginae, I'm going to tease her like, girl, where was you at?
I know. Okay, thank you.
No, thank you so much. You have a great day.
If you want to see more content like this on blackfilm.com, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell.